In today's episode of Madden 26, I'm going to be realistically rebuilding the Minnesota Vikings and seeing if we can actually bring back JJ McCarthy's career to life. I know it's only his first season, but it's already looking pretty rough. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys like and or subscribe. Let's see if we can get this video to 100 likes. I really would appreciate that. But off the rip, this dude is already a cornball, calling his alter ego 9 and then just absolutely performing terrible with arguably the best receiver in the NFL. Some people will argue Jamar Chase, but undeniably Justin Jefferson is a top 3 receiver in the NFL. Jordan Addison coming off suspension too. Really just not a bad team in general. Really a great success here. He has 2 solid running backs, a great offensive line on paper. TJ Hawkinson, Josh Oliver. Like, he should not be struggling in this offense whatsoever. I didn't like him going into the draft. He really did seem like a check down merchant carried by his defense through Michigan. And I know a lot of people will hate to hear that, but I didn't think he was bad coming out of Michigan. I just didn't think he was worth a first round pick, let alone a top 10 pick. You can go back and look at my previous videos. I stand on that. The defense looks great. Andrew Van Ginkel, Jonathan Grenard, Jonathan Allen, the veteran guy, Harrison Smith. A lot of these guys will retire, so hopefully Dallas Turner will retire and take over one of these guys' positions, because I had some really high hopes for him coming out of the draft. Byron Murphy's been a beast ever since he's got on the Vikings. He's been really good, and I like the team in general. I just really don't like JJ McCarthy. I will try my best to develop him, but you know, this guy can only go so far after already naming himself 9. Like, come on, dude. How many interceptions are you going to throw in a single game? 9? But anyways, we are 4-8. I know it says the Commanders are 4-8. That's not accurate. I just simulated and forced the record of the Vikings record because I'm not playing on online simulation. I'm playing an offline simulation. I just like those better, in my opinion. So I'm just going to simulate to the playoffs and see what our final record is. Hopefully we don't make a comeback because I want a better pick. And we are going to finish 4-13. You know what? I'll definitely take that. Not a single win after 9 came out for us. Third in the division, the Bears are 4-13 despite having the #1 seed in the NFC in real life. And then no standout players. Stats and awards, JJ McCarthy, 7th in passing yards according to the simulation. Terrible pass rating. 18th best offense, 28th best defense. JJ McCarthy, 22 touchdowns to 18 interceptions. Obviously, these are not accurate stats according to real life. Got sacked 48 times. The sacks are always excessive in Madden simulation. Aaron Jones, 3.7 per carry, 4 touchdowns, 2 fumbles. Jordan Addison, 1,100 yards, 1,100 for Justin Jefferson, 1,000 for Jalen Naylor. Here, obviously, none of these stats are honestly very accurate. This is kind of ridiculous that Christian Darrisaw is going to be getting 12 sacks allowed. Honestly, I shouldn't even really look at these stats because they're not even going to be accurate. I just kind of want to simulate to the next season. So sorry to get your hopes up and immediately start going there, but honestly, let's just get to the next season because those aren't even going to be accurate stats. And the Ravens beat the Giants in the Super Bowl. The Giants aren't even eligible for the playoffs right now, but Matabike, who is out for the season also after tearing an ACL and MCL, wins the Super Bowl MVP. Matthew Stafford for the league MVP could actually happen in real life. Same thing with Puka Nacua for Offensive Player of the Year, despite him being hurt. Cam Skattebo and Abdul Carter, both for Offense and Defensive Rookie of the Year. In the NFC North, Harrison Smith and our long snapper retires. Yikes on that Harrison Smith. We really needed that. For the team upgrades, I do not see anything on offense, and defensively, our strong safety gets it, but he does go down overall due to regression. Andrew Van Ginkel is going down as well. For the players ready to negotiate, I'm going to accept the option on Jordan Addison. Ivan Pace Jr., I do want back long term. He wants to be on top of the depth chart. That's it. Okay, I'll move him to the top. I mean, why not move him above Blake Cashman? I mean, he's the same overall. Sure, dude. And he magically has interest. Great. Let's give him a player-friendly contract, 5 years, $6 million, and I don't have the money for him. Never mind. So I can't afford to pay Ivan Pace Jr. despite our terrible season. Rondale Moore, Jalen Naylor, and all these other extras will be hitting free agency, unfortunately, because I'm in huge negative cap room right now. So with that being said, let's just skip into the draft because obviously we can't participate in free agency, even though the Saints do it regardless of their cap situation every single season. And the Jets with the #1 overall pick could definitely see that happening in real life. They're going to draft an edge rusher, the Raiders with an edge rusher, the Bears with an offensive tackle. And yes, I did not import realistic draft classes because I don't do that until we really get past the combine, because you really don't know how good a player is until they either A, declare for the draft. Half the players in draft classes don't even declare yet. You don't know. And then B, until after the combine, after all of the actual scouting and stuff. So I just like to keep it a little bit fun here. I guess QB was my scouting national focus, which was unfortunate. Amani Williams, elite speed, solid acceleration here, A catching, B man coverage, B play rec, press, zone coverage. I think I'm going to take Amani Williams as a second corner here. He looks really good out of Notre Dame here, and he's going to be ranked 20. Got him at number 4. Hidden development, though. Very fast, very athletic. I like him. Second round pick as pick number 4. Can I trade it away for a first round pick next year? And I can to the Seahawks, which would be pretty sick, or to the Rams, who just had league MVP Matthew Stafford. I feel like he's going to fall off because Madden regression hits, like, absolutely nails you in simulation. So I'm going to take their this year's 6th, their next year's 1st, and their next ye's's 4th for my second round pick at pick number 4 and just get to the 3rd round. I feel like that's good value long term. I may be reaching, but Jose Garrett here looks pretty good. He's 6'3", 183 out of Oregon State here. Solid speed, but great acceleration, elite jumping, great strength, A catching, B man coverage, B tackle. Jose Garrett, day 3 projection. I'm going to pick him early 3rd round, ranked 68, drafted him at 68, B+ pick, normal development, but still pretty good value. Day 3, Devin Givens here out of Ole Miss here. Looks pretty good. Elite jumping, good speed, great acceleration, halfback, nothing insane, but I really don't mind taking a chance on this here. He's ranked 37, got him at 100, hidden development, looks pretty good. Peter Camp, post UDFA here, A power, A play rec, B pursuit, post UDFA in the late 6th round here. Doesn't look anything stand out, but might as well just take a shot on him. Ranked 145, got him at 189, hidden development. I'm balling on these late round picks. Nice pickup. I'm just going to simulate to the end of the draft. And for the draft recap, 76 overall for a number 4 overall pick, 72, 74, 6'7 for Peter Camp, 63, and then 72 for another halfback here. And Terrell Pleasant here, hidden development for a 7th round pick. We just picked up 2 great halfbacks. That's cool. Now, this is the team going into the next season. JJ McCarthy up to an 81 overall. Aaron Jones, I feel like he's just going to keep regressing into the ground. Let's put Givens at the 2. And I like Jones, but can I save money by cutting him? I mean, I will technically save $4 million, so I think I'm just going to trade away Aaron Jones. As much as I like him, I just don't need $16 million taken up by a 3rd-string running back on my team, and nobody really wants him either, which really sucks. Maybe the Commanders want him. Let's just give him away to the Jaguars. They need a running back, so I feel like I could probably get a 3rd-round pick according to Madden Simulation, but I feel like it's fair for a 5th. And I'm in negative cap room, so I need to trade away another player in a package deal with him. Javon Hargrave is taking up $21 million. Yeah, that's ridiculous. A 4th round pick for Aaron Jones and Javon Hargrave I feel like is pretty fair. I know I could technically get more value according to Madden Simulation, but I want it to be fair. I don't need those guys eating up my cap room whenever I just don't need them on the team to be eating up all that. So I like what we have here. Team's looking pretty good. Jordan Mason is still going to remain the 1 right now. Actually, how old is he? Is he 27? He is 27, so he's going to start regression soon. Let's see how he plays for this season first. Usually I go with the Buffalo defense, but let's do the Kansas City defense here. Multiple zone run, Dallas offense is typically the balanced meta playbook. So defensively, again, I love this in Madden, how they just automatically shift everyone down whenever they're edge rushers and actually put up the linebackers where they're supposed to go. Let's adjust that lineup. I guess Blake Cashman is going to be playing on both sides, and then Williams, we're going to make the number 2 there over Isaiah Rodgers. Everyone else here looks pretty good. Sure, maybe giving up Javon Hargrave is bad now that we're on a 4-3, but I really don't care. I'm not paying $21 million to a 31-year-old defensive tackle. Givens can be played as a slot wide receiver, which is funny, so sure. And then Gadget guy is not going to be Justin Jefferson. 3rd down running back can be Givens as well, which is surprising. Seems like he's just an all-around guy. And let's move up Pleasant here to the number 2 3rd down back. Slot corner for Williams. Everyone else looks pretty good here. Really up to JJ McCarthy. He usually balls in simulation, but not in real life. Let's see if we can develop him. 4-3. Okay, winning season here. 31st in passing game. That sucks considering I drafted a top 4 guy as a corner, but our passing game offensively is doing pretty good. Scouting national focus here. Kind of need it to be linebacker. Do I just do linebacker? Let's just do linebacker over Mike. Let's upgrade some personnel and some player development. So that's all I could really afford right now until I can get that to a diamond. Jordan Mason wants a contract. We'll see how he plays. Brian O'Neill, 30 years old. We'll see how he plays because I don't want to just hand out $24 million to a guy who's not even interested in being here. Andrew Van Ginkel is getting old. All these guys are really just dependent on how they play. I already know that Ryan Kelly's a baller in sim, but we'll see how far he regresses due to his age. Then J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner, I'll accept their options depending on how they play this year. 7-10. Our defense was atrocious. Stats and awards, J.J. McCarthy, not bad, but 23rd passer rating, 23rd best offense here, defensively 31st. Yikes, dude. J.J. McCarthy, almost 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 11 receptions. 95 pass rating, got sacked 51 times. It's a lot, but better than last season, so a small improvement there. Jordan Mason, 3.5 per carry is not good. 18 touchdowns to no fumbles is nice, but again, 3.5 per carry is really just not good. Justin Jefferson, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. Jordan Addison, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson, 700 yards, 5 touchdowns. And Ty Felton, 600 yards, 4 touchdowns. Sacks allowed, Donovan Jackson, 13. 12 for Darisaw is crazy. Ryan Kelly with 10. I'm not re-signing him, and I'm not going to pay you $24 million a year to allow 9 sacks. Will Fries is a GOAT, though. Blake Cashman with 138 tackles, 111 for Jay Ward, 103 for Isaiah Rodgers, tackles for a loss, 14 for Jonathan Allen, 10 for Dallas Turner, sacks, 10.5 for Jonathan Grenard, 7.5 for Jonathan Allen, and then 6 for Dallas Turner, 5.5 for Van Ginkel. So I probably won't re-sign him, but it wasn't a bad season. 3 interceptions for Blake Cashman, 2 for Theo Jackson, and 2 for Isaiah Rodgers. Deflections on the team, 9 for Blake Cashman, 6 for Austin Keys and Byron Murphy. Safeties is 0, defensive touchdowns is 0. And the Bengals beat the Commanders in the Super Bowl. I guess it took them one off season to fix their defense. Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl MVP and the league MVP here. Career high. Puka Nacua back-to-back Offensive Player of the Year here, and no awards here for the Minnesota Vikings. For the team upgrades, Givens and Pleasant both come with superstar development. I'm going to let Jordan Mason walk if that's the case. He only averaged 3.5 per carry, and both these guys already having superstar is insane, especially since they were a 4th and 7th round pick. That's awesome to see. It looks like Ryan Kelly just straight up retired. I forgot to even look at the retirements. So yeah, Ryan Kelly and Jonathan Allen both retire, which frees up cap space for us a little bit, actually a lot, so that's kind of good for us. I wasn't even planning on re-signing Ryan Kelly after allowing 10 sacks. TJ Hawkinson, I'm pretty sure he already came with superstar development, maybe not, but Camp comes with superstar development. He was like a 5th round pick for me. Baller picks for us. You'll love to see that. And then probably Andrew Van Ginkel won't get that re-signing. Williams, the number 4 pick overall in the draft, comes with star development, but everyone else I picked has superstar. That just goes to show you how good I am at drafting in the later rounds, but not very good in the beginning. And for the players ready to negotiate, JJ McCarthy, I really don't want to accept his option. I'm just going to play him another year and see what happens. Dallas Turner, I will accept his option, though. Jordan Mason can walk. Brian O'Neill, I'm not going to pay you $24 million to allow double-digit sacks. Andrew Van Ginkel, I liked. I did like him. I kind of want to develop someone else like Dallas Turner, so I think I'm just going to move on just for that reason. I know some people may not like that, but I would like to just develop the future. Blake Cashman is 31. Jay Ward is already 27 here, and regression starts at 28. He won't even make it to an 80 overall. Braden Mann, I can just pick up a different punter. Let's see what we have in free agency. Frank Ragnow is here. I don't think he would ever sign with the Vikings. He has no interest. Tyreek Hill, I think he would retire after stopping his contract with the Dolphins. I don't need Zay Flowers or Tyreek. Don't want Brian O'Neill back. Elton Jenkins may be under consideration. He only allowed 6 sacks last season. I'm sure once I sign him, that big egg head of his will allow 20 sacks, but sure, let's just give him a shot. And then Charles Cross is here as well. He usually sucks in simulation, but let me see what he's allowed in the past. 17 sacks, 16 sacks. Oh my gosh, he's terrible. So we got Elton Jenkins as a top offer. Trent Simpson, we're fighting with him with the Broncos. John Franklin Myers as the top. Drew Tranquill as the top. And Bryce Behringer as a punter as the top. All of them made a signing. Elton Jenkins, Trent Simpson, John Franklin Myers, Drew Tranquill, and Bryce Behringer. I got everyone I wanted with a solid $40,000 in cap room left remaining. In real life, that sounds great, but in the NFL, not so much. Pretty good free agency, though. So going into the draft, I would like a new right tackle, of course, but I would also need to focus more on the defense, considering that it was our weak point last season. I do like what we have at the setup at linebacker right now. Some veteran guys out there, some younger guys. I do need a free safety, and I would like more depth at corner and defensive tackle, of course. John Franklin Myers is only on a 1-year deal. We're going to have pick number 8 in the draft and pick number 26. Left tackle Juan Garcia out of Auburn, 6'4", 318. Poor strength, immediately saying no. What about Brent Johnson out of Auburn, 6'4", 320. Solid strength, not bad, not bad. A's, ooh, he looks really good, actually. Let me sort by these physical strengths here. Who here has elite strength? This guy, Skylar Truman, is what has my interest, so I could wait for him in the later first round. Are some edge rushers here. There's another corner that I could slide to. Kyrie Linder out of LSU, 6'4", great speed, solid acceleration, elite change of direction, looks really good. What about the guy behind him, Torrey Green here out of North Dakota State? I mean, he looks athletically a lot better, and he does look better in general, but, you know, I don't know if the level of competition really matters in Madden. He's a smaller guy, but he definitely would fit that slot role more. It says man-to-man. I'm going to pick up Torrey Green just because he has better athleticism and better skill set. Ranked A-, ranked number 4, got him at number 8. Hidden development seems like a good pick. And the left tackle that I want is still on the board. Skylar Truman here at pick number 26 that I got for trading back last year. Elite strength, good speed, decent acceleration here. A's and B's across the board. Skill set doesn't really seem as high, but that elite strength is really what I'm looking for those trench guys. A+ pick, ranked number 9, got him at 26. Hidden development, immediately starting him at right tackle. And I know some people will be like, oh, well, that's out of position for him. He plays left tackle. It really doesn't matter in simulation. I do need a free safety. We got some run support guys up here. Let's compare these guys. Matt Harper out of LSU. Why did he not leave the board? Marginal acceleration, B awareness, block shedding, play rec, F stamina, C to F zone coverage. He's a run support type, hybrid Devontae Jones, pretty solids across the board. B zone coverage, B awareness, B pursuit, B hit power. I like Devontae Jones a little bit better, I can't lie. Justin Parker out of Iowa State, great strength. He skipped the combine, so you already know he's a baller. A tackle, B pursuit, B catching. We already know the people who skip the combine are ballers. Justin Parker is going to be the pick here. Ranked 37, got him at 40. Hidden development. You already know when they skip the combine. They're them, bro. They're them. Justin Parker is the guy. Mike linebacker. Michael Rogers here in the early 3rd round. Why is he not gone? Elite agility, elite jumping, decent strength. Doesn't look crazy. B power moves, B zone coverage, B awareness, C to F tackle, but first to second round projection, might as well pull the trigger and give it a shot here. I mean, ranked 115, got him at 72. Normal development, not horrible, but sure. And as always, we're going to go to the defensive tackles. Let's see if we can snag some A's on the board here. Power moves, finesse moves, some A finesse moves on the board. Block shedding not there. A to C tackle, but we got some A to something tackle for block shedding. And then Oklahoma, 6'4", 287, elite speed. Looks pretty good. Post UDFA projection for this guy, I'm going to take him in the early 4th. Let's take him. Rank 61, got him at 104. Hidden development, great steal. Make it really easy to scout these guys whenever you can just sort them by their best attributes. And then block shedding again. Finesse moves A for Ethan Dunn. Post UDFA, the other guy. Looks really good athletically. A finesse moves, B awareness, B play rec. Power moves isn't there, but looks really good. Post UDFA, late 4th rounder, rank 92, got him at 122. Hidden development, dude. Easy steals. And then another 4th round pick for us. Let's sort by strength and just triple down on these defensive tackles. Sort by strength. We got some great strength here, but this guy has a little bit more to give on the athleticism board here. Day 3 guy, 6'6", 345, nose tackle is something that I do still need to fill. A injury, B is across the board. Cole Mitchell, day 3 projection. We're going to triple down on the defensive tackles here. Rank 33, got him at 125. Hidden development, 3 in a row, baby. Might go for 4 to make it fantastic. Fantastic 4. No, I'm not going to do that. Carlos Romero, late 5th round, post UDFA, Washington State here. Great speed, solid acceleration. He has A hit power, A pursuit, B block shedding, A to B tackle. Carlos Romero, let's take a shot on this guy. Ranked 181, got him at 136. Normal development, didn't seem horrible. I'm just going to simulate to the end of the draft. After the draft, Troy Green, 80 overall, W pick. Skylar Truman, 78, 75, 69, nice, 73, 71, 75, 67, 70. Dude, what a baller draft. 7th round, Calvin Feeney here. Normal dev, really good draft. Really, really good draft for us. After the draft, the offense looks amazing. And again, it's just really up to J.J. McCarthy to put it together. Defensively, a lot better. Huge improvement on the defensive line here. I mean, the linebackers improvement over the offseason. We got Parker there. Torrey Green looking good. Specialist-wise, we're looking pretty good. Power halfback, let's make it between Pleasant and Givens here. They're going to take turns with that, just like how they take turns with your mom. No, I'm kidding. But anyways, John Franklin Myers, rush defensive tackle. Mackey, and then we got Torrey Green there, and then Trent Simpson. I do not want him rushing off the edge, but it looks like he wants to anyways, and everything else looks pretty good. I like what we got, and honestly, I'm going to make the sub linebacker Camp just because he has superstar development. He'll progress a lot quicker, and it really doesn't matter who you put at sub linebacker. They're really just going to ball anyways in simulation just because you put them in that position. 2 and 5, baby. Let's go. The defense is even worse than last year. My favorite Madden simulation. I know we have a lot of rookies, but come on. Justin Jefferson doing really good. Defense is just atrocious, so I'm going to switch back to my usual Buffalo playbook is what I like to do. So we got that set up now. Maybe I could switch into something else. I feel like usually if you go with the Dallas offense, it doesn't work out too well. I'm going to switch this to the Atlanta playbook. I know offensively we're not doing bad, but if you have the Dallas playbook, it just doesn't seem to work out for the defense sometimes. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. Scouting national focus. I'm honestly just going to keep it linebacker. You can never have too many. Players rated to negotiate. J.J. McCarthy, depends how you play. Jordan Addison, I honestly just want back. I think is going to be a solid receiver long term. Player friendly deal, $15 million a year, and here he signs. Byron Murphy, I do want back, even though he's about to hit 30 here. I don't really care. I want him back a long term. 3-year deal, $22 million a year. Will be the contract for him, and he's going to re-sign. How much money do we have left? 76. Jonathan Grenard, depends how you play. TJ Hawkinson, depends how you play. All these guys are getting older too, so I want to see how far they regress whenever they hit that regression meter. And then Will Reichard here, I do want back long-term as a kicker. We'll do a 4-year contract for about $5 million a year roughly. So all these contracts are dependent on how these guys play this year. But will we make a turnaround? We have a 91 overall offense, but an 81 overall defense. We just really have to develop those guys. The faster we can develop them, the better we can get as a team, of course. 5-12, worse than last year. Offense improved, defense 31st in points per game. Just absolutely atrocious for the team. J.J. McCarthy, 3rd in passing yards, as it looks like Justin Jefferson fell off the top 3 board. Stats and awards, J.J. McCarthy, 18th in pass rating, but still top 10 in passing yards and passing touchdowns. 4th best offense, 20th best defense. 4,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, 14 receptions. Want to get that number down. 97 passer rating. Better in sack department this time, but J.J. McCarthy has significantly improved here. Devin Givens here, 3.8 per carry, 5 touchdowns, 5 fumbles is ridiculous, dude. Almost 1,000 yards. He needs to change that immediately. Justin Jefferson, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Ty Felton, 1,100 yards, 13 touchdowns. Jordan Addison, 800 yards, 7 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson, 3 touchdowns, 700 yards. Pretty good, but again, I mentioned this in so many videos. You can really put a tight end in almost any of these, and they'll perform almost just as good. I already have a nice, solid 3 receiver here. I don't know if I really need to re-sign TJ Hawkinson. Sacks, Christian Darrisaw, 3 years in a row, allows 12. That's total bull. Donovan Jackson allows 10. I kind of want to replace him. Skylar Truman, rookie, but only allows 9 sacks, and I'm really not mad about that because 1, he's a rookie, and 2, I'm not paying him. Will Fries allows 6. Elton Jenkins allows 6, so he actually surprised me a little bit. 1 for a guy who only had 200 snaps. So honestly, just Darrisaw and Donovan Jackson need to go. I'm probably still going to keep not Donovan Jackson, but Darrisaw just because he's Christian Darrisaw, but he shouldn't be allowing that much. Drew Tranquil with 137 tackles, 103 for Amani Williams here, and then I accidentally clicked the wrong thing. Tackles for a loss, 14 for Dallas Turner and Jonathan Grenard, 12 for John Franklin Myers. Sacks, 11 for Dallas Turner, 7.5 for Jonathan Grenard, 7.5 for John Franklin Myers, who's actually doing pretty good. I'm probably going to give him a re-signing. Dallas Turner with 11 sacks and 14 tackles for a loss, 94 tackles as well. Good breakout year for him. Interceptions, 2 for Josh Metellus here, and then deflections on the team, 6 for Trent Simpson. Safeties on the team is going to be 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Let me upgrade some of these coaching abilities once again. Oh my gosh, these player developments went insane. So I just upgraded a lot of that for Kevin O'Connell. He's a maxed out coach now. And the Raiders win the Super Bowl. That's laughable. 42-28 over the Falcons. Mac Jones, Super Bowl MVP, baby. Joe Burrow, back-to-back league MVP. Jalen Hurts, Offensive Player of the Year, and no awards for the Vikings once again. In the NFC North, Elton Jenkins retires after 1 season with us. He was just like, nah, after 1 season. He was like, nah, I'm not being with a 5-12 team. And he was actually pretty solid for us. But Donovan Jackson, I'm probably going to replace. He keeps allowing double-digit sacks. Star development for Truman here. Everyone else here looks the exact same. Actually, Ty Felton here gets superstar development. Defensively, any upgrades on the team? Mitchell already comes a superstar X factor. I'm going to re-sign John Franklin Myers, and then Mitchell will still be the starter because he has that X factor. Dallas Turner with superstar development now. He is really developing nicely. And then Torrey Green and Amani Williams both with star development along with, I believe, Justin Parker was his name. But everyone else here looks pretty good. Like what we got. I guess they put Drew Tranquil back at the number 1. So that's a little bit unfortunate. But anyways, let's move into the staff week. Players ready to negotiate. J.J. McCarthy doesn't want to be here, but I kind of need him here. He wants to be historic champs. Well, unfortunately, you joined the Vikings. And am I going to pay this guy $52 million a year? That is honestly ridiculous. I mean, that is absolutely insane. I mean, I'll offer him this base deal, but that's it, dude. He wants to play for a new team. I know everyone's going to be yelling at me like, oh, you got your franchise guy. I'll franchise tag him for $61 million, but him wanting that much money is ridiculous. Donovan Jackson, I'm not going to accept this option. Jonathan Grenard has been great for us, so I do want to re-sign him. Absolutely ridiculous that J.J. McCarthy is expecting me to pay him $70 million a year as an 87 overall star development player. He did good. He did good, but he had the 18th pass rating. I'm not paying him that much. That's absolutely ridiculous. You're smoking crack if you think I'm going to do that. And then I'll do a one-year deal for T.J. Hawkinson, but that's it. So he's going to re-sign with the team. I'm probably going to draft his replacement. John Franklin Myers had a great year with us, so I'm going to sign him on a one-year deal. And then I'm going to tag J.J. McCarthy, but that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not paying you $70 million a year to be an 87 overall. Everyone else here, I'm just not interested in. I'm not going to pull a Brock Purdy on this. Yeah, J.J. McCarthy, I'm going to give you a tag, and that's it, dude. I'm going to go in negative cap room with you for a year. Hopefully I can win something with you, but I'm not paying you $70 million a year. That's stupid. The Buccaneers with the #1 overall pick. We're going to have pick number 4 again. We just can't catch a break, dude. A QB might be in consideration here. Low key. I mean, Adrian Martinez at Oregon, he looks really good. He looks really, really good. He looks so good. Oh my gosh, I've just convinced myself. I know J.J. McCarthy is looking great. He might not be the future. I'm picking this guy. J.J. McCarthy wants $70 million a year. He's out of his damn mind, dude. 95 speed for a QB is insane. Adrian Martinez. I'm not going to say he's the starter off the rip, but he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. I know some people are going to click off the video already. I'm not paying you $70 million a year. Charles Trainer, 3rd to 4th round center. I kind of just need someone. I'm going to select this guy off the rip. Rank 92, got him at 36. Normal development. I needed someone kind of desperate. Miguel Gonzalez out of Clemson here. Left guard. I'm going to pull the trigger on this guy, see if he has hidden development. Ranked 55, got him at 68. Normal development, I'm going to replace him with Donovan Jackson if he doesn't develop. Quez Booker out of Missouri here. Great speed, elite jumping, solid strength, A play rec, B pursuit, block, shedding zone coverage, and tackle. I'm going to pick him up as a day 3 guy. Ranked 67, and then got him at number 100 here. Pretty good value. Honestly, I'm going to simulate to the end of the draft. Not very good other than that QB pick, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't know what you're doing, Vic. I don't have the money to pay him $70 million a year, and I'm not clearing out other players on my team. He's a 77 overall. These guys seem pretty good. I should have drafted a tight end. I forgot about that. I'm not paying you $70 million a year. You haven't done enough for me. You're an 87 overall. What are you smoking? It's because he doesn't want to be with our team. The only way I can make him be a part of our team is to pay him extra for being here. Low-key, I might want to start Martinez, but he hasn't proven himself, and McCarthy has a little bit. So we're gonna see how that goes. I need a right guard. Why is Will Fries not starting? Is he a center? Like, what is he listed as? He's listed as a right guard, so play right guard, dude. Dude, play right guard. Like, why is this so hard for you to comprehend, Will Fries? Play right guard. You are a right guard. I don't know why this isn't getting through your head. Is Jackson a right guard? Are you fighting him? No. I don't know why he doesn't. Okay, cool. So Martinez is going to be a backup. I know I spent the top 5 pick on a guy just for him to be a backup. Booker is already 74, higher than Peter Camp. But I'm going to make Mitchell the #1 here, and then we're going to go from there. So this is what we got going on for the specialist. I need to sub in Camp, and then I also want the X Factor as my rush defensive tackle. So let's get into the midseason mark for, I believe, what is the 4th season? 3.5 season, really? 4-3 at the midseason mark here. 2nd in passing, 5th in points per game. Defense still with a rough stuff there. 9th seeding right now. J.J. McCarthy's balling out. He's balling out, dude. I don't want to pay him that much money. Justin Jefferson, I got to pay him as well. J.J. McCarthy, he wants $50 million a year as a base, but he doesn't want to be here because we're not historic champions. So very player friendly. I have to pay him 56, 59, 62, 66, 70, 74. So for the first 3 years, I really don't have to pay him as much as I thought, but that's still ridiculous, dude. That is still absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to ride out his contract and then just tag and trade him, if I'm being so real. Justin Jefferson is not allowed to leave our team. I know it's like, oh my gosh, I have to pay him $46 million. Will he accept this? He'll accept the player friendly, not the very player friendly. That's fine. I need him back. Dallas Turner, he doesn't want to be on the team. He wants a warm weather state. That sucks too, but $18 million a year for a guy who's really developing, just had double-digit sacks for us. That's actually a pretty good deal. Ty Felton has been pretty good for us. He wants to have a mentor at his position. That's it? Okay. I'll get him that mentor. Donovan Jackson depends how he plays. Josh depends how he plays. They're both 30. Same thing with TJ Hawkinson. John Franklin Myers depends how he plays. And then Drew Tranquil, it just depends how he plays. I'm going to go get that mentor. And I know everyone's probably yelling at me like, oh, like pay him. He's second in the NFL for yards right now. And da-da-da-da-da. It's like, no, dude. Like, that's just a ridiculous contract. And I can't afford to pay anyone else. And I just spent the top 5 pick on the other guy. So, that's just a weird, sticky situation for me to be in. And there is not a single mentor or wide receiver in free agency. Great, dude. And is there seriously not a single mentor in the entire NFL at the wide receiver position? Like, are we so serious right now? And I guess there isn't a single mentor in all of, there's trade target veterans. That doesn't count as a mentor, though. Are we so serious? I know I can sign like a tight end or a corner even and then move them to the wide receiver position to sign as a mentor, but that's honestly so stupid. Will he just take a player-friendly deal for $9 million? He's unsure of his future. Like, dog, there isn't a mentor in existence. What do you want me to give you? And then Josh wants a 3-year deal, so I'm not going to do that off the rip. JJ McCarthy's contract is literally just scrambling my head. He just doesn't want to be here. He wants to be historic champs, and he wants to be paid out the ass, even though he hasn't won a single playoff game yet. And we make the wild card at 11-6 here. Defense, huge comeback. Huge comeback. Defensive rushing game, not that great. But, hey, huge comeback. I'll absolutely take that. Stats and awards. McCarthy is a baller. Dude, he's a top 2 quarterback. Best offense in the NFL. 12th defense, dude. I really can't deny him. I basically just Jordan loved him. This is what happened with Aaron Rodgers. I drafted a quarterback in the top 5, and he just went crazy. Okay. I might just have to pay him. 4,700 yards, 44 touchdowns, 10 receptions, 112 pass rating. Got sacked 41 times here. Devin Givens with a fumble, 5 touchdowns, 3.7 per carry. Wow, he's really not doing that great, honestly. Ty Felton, 1,200 yards, 17 touchdowns. He balled. That might be X Factor. That should be X Factor. Justin Jefferson, 1,200 yards, 14 touchdowns. Jordan Addison, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. TJ Hawkinson really taking a step back with these 3 wide receivers eating. Sacks allowed. Darisaw continues to get worse. Doesn't make sense. Donovan Jackson, 4 years in a row, he's allowed 10 sacks for us. Skylar Truman allows 7. He improves. Will Fries allows 5. Charles Traynor, the rookie, allows only 4. Peter Camp with 122 tackles. Again, it doesn't really matter who you have at that position. They'll just ball because they're the sub linebacker. 119 for Trent Simpson, 100 for Amani Williams, who's been great. 14 tackles for a loss for Dallas Turner, 13 for John Franklin Myers, 10 for Jonathan Grenard. Sacks, 13 for Jonathan Grenard, 11 for John Franklin Myers, who continues to ball. 8 for Cortez Mackey here, one of the defensive tackles. 7.5 for Dallas Turner, 3 for Trent Simpson. Interceptions, 2 for Byron Murphy, 1 for Peter Camp, Torrey Green, and Jose Garrett here. Deflections, 10 for Byron Murphy and Amani Williams, who once again continues to show why he was a top 5 pick. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Can we beat the 11-6 Seattle Seahawks to move on to the divisional round here? What are we going to have? And the answer is going to be, drum roll please, yes, 38-17 here to face the 10-7 Detroit Lions. They're a divisional rival. They're 2 overalls higher than us. Let me jump in this and see what I can do. Here we are against the Lions. They're going to open up with 3 points. We're going to respond with 7 points. Nice start for the team. They're going to punt, and then we're going to punt, and then they're going to get nothing, and then we're going to make it 10-3 at halftime, opening up half with another 7. They had a huge run there. We're going to make it 24-10. Offense is turned on right now. 17-20, 7-20, 2-27. We punted away, and we're going to be able to get away with it at home here. We're going to be going to the conference championship. Here we are in the conference championship here to face the 9-8 Eagles. They're still an 89 overall team. We have a better offense, but they have a better defense. Once again, I'm hopping in. Let's see if we can beat them to move on to the Super Bowl. Here we are against the Eagles. They're going to open up with 7 points. So we're going to respond with 7 points. Nice start for both teams. They're going to respond once again with nothing. Nice turnover, but we punt right back. Opening up half, we get nothing, and then we have a huge turnover. Puts us in great position. 21-7 here against the Eagles. 14-21. They're driving down the field. They're going to make it a 17-21 game here. As what will they do? Oh no, they turned over the ball. We're in prime field positioning right now. 21-17, 27-28-17, and that should be the game against the Philadelphia Eagles. Wanted to take a play-by-play, and we're off to the Super Bowl, boys. The doubt about JJ McCarthy that I had the entire video, it's not even doubt at this point. Selecting drafting another QB, top 5 pick. He looked like a baller, really kicked JJ McCarthy into high gear, and if that's what it takes, hey, that's what it takes, and I will take it. I will 100% take it. Here to face the 11-6 Denver Broncos. I'm assuming Bo Nix is still their quarterback. It would be, let me see, I want to see that. It's going to be Bo Nix is still their quarterback there. They got Pat Surtain, Quinn Mraz, Nick Batonio. Everyone really just developed very nicely on their team. For the team upgrades, JJ McCarthy, this guy isn't actually injured. For some reason, I had injury on, turned it back off. I know some people may think that was cheating. I didn't mean to have injury on in the first place, but either way, Pleasant is just as good, so it doesn't really matter. JJ McCarthy, superstar development. Ty Felton here gets superstar X Factor. We never got to see Martinez's overall, so let me see this. And his rating was going to be a superstar development. So he was still a really good pick, but it really did kick him into high gear. And I don't have to worry about who our franchise QB is now, so I'm cool with it either way. Defensively, any other upgrades that I can see on my team, none that I can see at the surface level. Great year for the team. Let's see if we can beat the Broncos. We're 4 overalls higher. They have a slightly better defense, but we have a significantly better offense. And after all that doubt, here comes JJ McCarthy to lead out the Vikings in Tampa Bay. 3-0 start here against the Broncos. Driving downfield, 10-0 at 10-7 at halftime as they sneak one in. 13-7 against the Broncos. 21, now 21-14. Back and forth game here. 28-14. Not really back and forth. We kind of had the lead the whole game. And for the first time in NFL history, I'm getting choked up, dude. Oh my gosh. For the first time in NFL history, oh my gosh, the Vikings win the Super Bowl, and it's going to be with JJ McCarthy. The doubt is over. JJ McCarthy is the man. I have to pay him an absolute boatload of money. You probably won't see a Super Bowl again because I won't be able to pay anyone else. But hey, we got the ring. JJ McCarthy kicked it into high gear. I can trade away the other guy, but I don't need to because the video's over now. So all's well that ends well. This was a successful rebuild. Was not expecting that in the final year. Was honestly expecting to move on from JJ McCarthy. That's why I drafted Martinez, who still seems to be a great player. But anyways, guys, apart from that, great rebuild coming back. I know I haven't uploaded in a minute, but thank you guys all for watching. Let me know if you guys did enjoy down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.